All right, so Texas is making some major upgrades to its football-related facilities ahead of officially joining the SEC in just a few months now, which is insane. I can't believe that it's that close now. It felt like just yesterday that Texas and Oklahoma announced that they were joining the SEC, and now it's finally going to happen. Texas's athletic director, Chris Del Conte, held an on-campus town hall meeting on Tuesday night to discuss some of those upcoming renovations to the football-related facilities. And the way I view Texas joining the SEC, it's kind of like a freshman joining a fraternity in college. You know, you're that guy. You know you're cool. You know you're a good vibe. You were a standout shortstop at Mountain Brook High School. You were popular there. You know you were that guy. You know you ran things in high school. But now you're hanging with the big boys. Now you're trying to make an impression on your fraternity. You're trying to get them to accept you, even though you know you're cool. You know you've got it. You know you're that guy. You're still trying to make that impression. You're still trying to get accepted. That's what pledging is all about. And Texas, this year, the SEC is pretty much that fraternity that they're a pledge for. And they're going to be striving for the approval of the conference and those members in the conference. You know, that your Alabamas, your Georgias, your Arkansas, your LSUs, they're the current frat brothers. They've already been through it. They're established. So when those teams come and visit Texas, naturally they're going to be looking at everything, looking at little things here and there. You know, the scoreboard, the design of the stadium, the recruiting lounge, the locker rooms, the layout of everything, the lights. Because the SEC is the standard. The SEC is the best frat on campus. The SEC is the frat you want to get into for everything. The best parties, it's the SEC. The best games, the best competition, it's the SEC. So, Texas, to make that impression, they've got to be on their game, and they've got to make those renovations. They've got to get that stamp of approval. They've got to stand out amongst those other elite programs in the SEC, like your Alabamas and your Georgias. They've got to make their mark. Yeah, Texas has a rich history. Texas knows they're Texas. They've won a national championship this century. They're a national brand. Everybody knows Hook'em. Everybody knows Hook'em. Everybody knows that. National brand. They know who they are. Texas football. Everybody knows it. But they have to make a name for themselves in the SEC. And this is how you start. This is how you make that impression, is with your facilities. Your facilities in college athletics, they tell a story. The first major renovation that Texas is planning to make with their football-related facilities won't be done until 2025, but have no fear, will be done. It's a new $70 million football training complex. A new facility, essentially. And I was looking at some of the renderings of this thing, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it looks like Four Seasons or Ritz Carlton. It's gorgeous. When all is said and done, it's probably going to be one of the best, if not the best, football training complex in college football. But perhaps the best components of this new training complex is its convenience for players and coaches. It's going to be located in close proximity to football offices. So when lifts get done, when practices get done, it's a short walk to get back to the offices. If players have to visit coaches, it's a short walk. When coaches go back to the offices, it's a short walk. Right now, it's long. They've got to walk. I think Chris Del Conte said it was over like 800 yards they have to walk now, and after practice, that's a while. That's a long walk. It's 8 football fields. But it's going to be a lot shorter, a lot closer proximity. So that's for time management's sake, that's really good and next level thinking on Texas' part. There's also going to be a new scoreboard installed at DKR Stadium before this season begins. And this is important because new scoreboards have been a trend in the NFL and in college football. Teams and programs are always trying to get the best scoreboards in there because fans are spending a lot of time looking at that thing. You want it to look pretty attractive. You're making a huge impression. It's kind of like the dining room table in your house. You want that thing to be nice. The coffee table, that's, people are going to be looking at it. It's like your TV. You don't want people to be walking in looking at, 30-inch TV in your living room. You want that thing to be like 70 inches. That's what the scoreboards are. It's been a trend, getting new scoreboards, installing new scoreboards. Texas is doing that. It's going to be completed before this season, so that when those SEC teams come in, you have your Arkansas come play you, have your Alabamas come play you have your Georgias come play you. Looking at a scoreboard like they have, the scoreboard Texas has right now, Chris Del Conte admits it's not going to cut it in the SEC. They've got to get a more attractive one, and they're doing that. So I give Texas credit for it. Texas is also installing a new recruiting lounge, and this is significant because recruiting lounges are a major factor when luring in recruits. It's one of the first things that they look at. And sometimes when it comes to these major programs, your Alabamas, Ohio States, Georgias, Texas, Florida States, it comes down to the little minuscule details. What if the recruiting lounge is that minuscule detail that a recruit decides on? That's why I'm going to Texas. That's why I'm going to Alabama. What if the recruiting lounge is that deciding factor? It is a worthwhile investment. Texas is going to get a lot of ROI on it, I guarantee you. And for that reason, they're installing it. I saw some of the renderings for that, and it's absolutely gorgeous as well. And I'm sure they're going to attract a lot of 5 stars and 4 stars with it. Lastly, Texas is making some very worthwhile improvements to its concessions. They're introducing a grab-and-go style for their concessions this year, which has been popular in the NFL. Texas has done their homework. They studied how the NFL is operating with their concessions. The grab-and-go concept is very convenient for fans because you don't want to spend a lot of time away from the game. You want to just you get hungry in the second quarter. You want to be able to just go down, snag a burger, snag some fries, snag a sandwich, get a water or a soda, and get back to your seat. You don't want to be out there for 15 minutes waiting in line. You just grab something, you check out, and you go. It's very efficient, and it also makes it more affordable for fans. And that's something that Chris Del Conte said Texas really prioritized when making this decision. He's aware that fans are spending a lot of money to go to these games. They're coming from all different regions of the country. New York, Minnesota, Oklahoma, California, Amarillo, Texas, Georgia, Florida, you name it. Texas, like I said earlier, is a national brand. People travel from all around the nation, and all around the world for that matter, to watch their games. And they're spending a lot of their disposable income on concessions, on merchandise, on tickets. That ticket's expensive. So any way that those fans can save money is going to be an advantage to them. And Chris Del Conte in Texas, they know that those fans don't have to be at their games. They're choosing to. They're choosing to spend their disposable income on tickets. So any way they can help them out and show their appreciation for being there, they're going to do so. And affordable concessions and concessions that are operated in an effective manner, that is a way to show your appreciation for fans. I love what Texas is doing. They're aware of their situation. They're aware that they're joining the best conference in college football. The SEC is the most elite conference in college football. It's the big boys. They know what they're getting into. They know they have to make that impression and make that impression quick. They're making those necessary upgrades, and for that, I really appreciate what Texas is doing, and I can't wait to go visit DKR myself to see what it looks like in person. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you and the time that you took out of your day to watch the video, and if you enjoyed it, please be sure to like the video and share it, as well as subscribe to The Era. The more likes and subscribers I get on this channel, the more resources I can attain, and the more resources I can attain, the more value I can provide to you, the viewer. And that is how I show my appreciation for you for the time that you devote to watching my videos. So thank you so much, and have a great day.